I honestly have no idea if this is actually set up correctly, so give me a second. So I think I duplicated it, but I think we're live. Okay, guys, so welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. My name is Monica, and today I'm basically just testing out the live stream because it took me like 20 minutes just to set this up. But that's why this is more of a test than anything. I'm testing out the live stream and doing a quick video on my recommendations for the Sephora sale, which if you're VIB Rouge starts today, Friday the 24th. So let's see, let me close this tab. So basically, I'm just going to talk about a few recommendations that I have. I kind of put my everything that I recommended in my Sephora cart, so I'm going to just pull up my app and talk through everything. I have a nice mixture of like makeup and skincare, so I'm going to talk about a couple of different things, and I really want to go over what I bought last fall's event. So real quick, before we jump in, let me pull up the information for the actual sale. So the only sale that starts today is the VIB Rouge. If you are VIB Rouge, it is 20% off, and you have until September 3rd. And you can use the code YESROUGE, all caps, online only once. I feel like last sale it was a little bit different. Like I remember being able to use the code in more than one order. Not sure if it's been like that before. Really, last year's sales were the only ones that I started with. So this one being a little bit different, but I saw a banner on the Sephora website that actually said like you can only use the code online once, but if you're in the store, you can do unlimited whatever. You can get unlimited 20% off in the store, but if you're placing an online order, it's only a one-time use code. So just keep that in mind if you're thinking about doing multiple purchases over the course of the sale, since the VIB Rouge is a little bit longer of a time. For VIB, it is 15% off, and the code is YESVIB, all caps. Again, one-time use code online, and then unlimited in-store. For regular Beauty Insiders, it's 10% off, and it's the code YESInsider. Oh, hi, Yellow Melons. Nice to see you. So the code, honestly, I don't think like 10% off is a great sale. I really think you're going to see a difference if you're getting 15 or 20% off. I really think that's the only parts where it's going to be worth it, because 10% you're really only getting like $1 or $2 off here or there. So with that out of the way, I set the code for that one. So let's jump into what I got for the last sale. So last sale, I actually pulled up my Sephora order history. I don't remember being like the sale being this early because I purchased a Natasha Denona palette, which is my first Natasha Denona palette ever, and I purchased it in November. So I don't know if they're doing the sale like really, really early this year, and if they're going to do another sale later on, but I just think like it's really early. It's a little earlier. But they are doing a lot of different things to compete with Ulta. They're definitely doing more like points rewards. Like I saw that they have a new reward now for like if you have, I think it's 2,500 points and you're a Rouge, you can turn that in and get a $100 gift card, which is really cool. But again, I still think overall Ulta has a better reward system. But I think Sephora is just now realizing this and like working to make it a little bit better. So that being said, one of the only things I bought last sale was the Sunset palette from Natasha Denona. I just got an email and I saw it on Twitter. They're actually restocking the Natasha Denona palette, the Sunset palette, on the 30th. So it's like right dead in the middle of the sale. And I don't think that was like a coincidence or anything. They've always brought back like these really expensive palettes in the middle of sales like this, because it's like the perfect time to buy an expensive palette. That being said, if you've had your eyes on Pat McGrath, on Natasha Denona, if there's anything more higher end that you want to try, this isn't like an impulse buy kind of thing. I waited I want to say 8.5 or 9 months before I bought the Sunset palette, because I really talked it through. I really thought about it. When it's something that, even with the sale, I think the Natasha Denona Sunset palette was about 105-ish dollars. So it's still a large investment, even with the sale. But I think as long as you're still thinking it through, the sale is a great opportunity to get some money off and try something higher end that you've had your eye on for a long time. So if you've been thinking about the Pat McGrath palette, the Natasha Denona palette, anything higher end, I say if you've been thinking about it for a long time, then this would be the time to jump on it. But I looked through my Sephora history, that was the only palette that I bought during last year's sale, was the Sunset palette. So that palette will be coming back in stock August 30th. So if you had your eyes on it, I forgot how long it was out of stock. I feel like it's been, I don't know, like pushed to the side ever since like the mini palette came out, but anyway, if anyone was interested, the Sunset palette will be back on the 30th. So I have 10 recommendations I thought I would go over. Let's do the skincare first. So the skincare that I would recommend, I have 2 or 3 items actually from Sunday Riley. Again, another bit of an expensive brand, but this is where the sale really helps, especially if you're Rouge, it's 20% off. So you can get some of the minis or some of the kits really discounted. And that's another one of my like hints or tips for these kind of sales. Don't just go for like one really expensive item. Look for like value sets, look for bundles, look for little kits, because they're already discounted to be in a kit. And then you're getting the sale price on top of that. So I think one of the best things to do if you're looking for skincare is to pick up a skincare kit. One of my favorites is from Sunday Riley. It's the Space Race Fight Acne Oil and Pores kit. And it comes with the UFO oil. It's like a little mini size. Not exactly a mini. Let me see exactly what the size is. So it's a 0.5 ounce of the UFO oil. You get the Saturn Sulfur Acne Treatment Mask, also in a little mini. And then you get the Martian Mattifying Melting Water Gel Toner. I bought this kit a few months ago. The toner didn't work well on my skin. I felt like it was a little strange. But I really, really liked the Saturn Sulfur Acne Treatment Mask. That is one of the best things that I've found as like an overnight treatment on my acne. So that one was really great, and I only got that because I was able to try it out in a kit with like a little bit of a discount. The UFO oil is pretty good. I don't like it as much as the next product I'm going to talk about, which is the Luna Sleeping Oil. That one is like my holy grail. Love it to pieces. But the UFO oil is still really good, and I've heard that people with more oily skin tend to like it better. But again, that's a good way to try one of those higher end brands if you get it in a kit and you get it during the sale. So something I actually picked up it was a couple of weeks ago, because I didn't think the sale was going to be until November. So I actually planned on picking up this during the later on sale, but since the sale is now, I don't really need to buy it. But the full size of the Sunday Riley Luna Sleeping Oil. Regular price, it's like $110, and 20% off, it's around $85-ish. So I picked one up a couple of weeks ago, and then I kind of planned it out so I would buy the next one during the sale. So I don't want to go out and buy another one just right now, because I don't feel like it would really behoove me, because I just bought one, and I don't want to get into the trap of just buying something because there's a sale. You want to buy something because you've wanted it, you've had your eye on it, and there's a sale. But that is a really good product I recommend trying, and it does come in a kit from Sunday Riley. It's called the Power Couple Duo Total Transformation Kit. So you get the Good Genes lactic acid treatment, and then you also get a little mini of the Luna oil, and that's $85. The Good Genes is a really good lactic acid treatment. Personally, lactic acid didn't work that great on my skin, but I've heard so many rave reviews about the product, and I think if you're just really curious, really interested, the kit is a great place to start. Let's see. So I think that was most of the skincare Sunday Riley. I've tried a few Drunk Elephant products. None of them have really impressed me. I don't know if it's like the ingredients or just the products, but to me, Drunk Elephant hasn't been really worth it. And I think it was last holiday season. I actually picked up like their kit of the littles, where there's a bunch of littles of their products. Hi, Brooke. Oh my God, are you home from work already? I gotta call you. But yeah, so I bought the littles kit last, like I think Christmas, and I didn't really like the serums. The face washes left me way too dry, and it was a lot of money for that kit. It was like $90. So I'm not a huge fan of that, but again, like that's the reason they come out with these kits, and I think the best time to pick up these kits is during one of these sales because you're getting the kit price discounted even further by the sale. Something that's not makeup or skincare that I forgot to mention that I've recently fallen in love with, this is the Cinema Secrets brush cleaner. I had heard about this for so long. I don't know, I feel like people talked about it all the time and I had no idea like what was so great about it. It really is one of the best brush cleaners. It's not one that you use with water. I'll let you know that right now because I had no idea when I first got it. So if you buy it in a kit, you can get like a little tin with it, and you basically just swirl your brush in it and then you clean it off on a paper towel, and it really does take everything off the brush. Like, it doesn't work well for big brushes. Oh, hi, DM. Hi. So it doesn't work great for big brushes, but for like all your eye brushes, especially if you have as many eye brushes as I do, it works really well. So that's something that's great. It's about $24 for a big bottle and the little like tin. I bought a travel size one of it that came with a little mini bottle and then the little tin, but I feel like it again it wouldn't be great for big brushes. So I think if you got a small tin that would be fine. But I really think that's worth the 24. But if you can get it discounted at 20%, 15%, that's worth it because it'll last you a long time and it's a great brush cleaner. It doesn't really replace deep cleaning your brushes. I still do that like once a week, once every other week. But this is a great like every day, every other day like brush cleaner. Okay, so we did skincare, we did brush care. Let's jump into makeup. I only have a couple of things here. If you want any other like more in-depth recommendations, I would look at some of my favorites videos for the past couple of months. But these, again, I'm focusing more on like kits, ways to get the most out of your money during the sale, as opposed to like my 100 like top all-time favorite products. Because I think that's what we all want out of a sale. Like we all know like what products are being recommended the most, what products are being pushed. We want to know like what's the best bang for your buck during a sale. Oh, and if you're interested, my background's a little bit different. I'm actually staying at my uncle's house for a week. They are out on vacation, so I am house sitting. So this is my little mini vacation. Get to house sit. Okay, so let's jump into two lip kits that I would really recommend. One is from ABH. This is the Nude Matte Lipstick Set. So this one comes with a lot of the more nude, of course, shades from ABH. It comes in Soft Pink, Kiss, Spice, and Dead Roses. I did buy this kit, not during the last sale, but I did buy the kit, and these are beautiful shades. And I've got like an affinity for mini lip products because I've never panned a full lip product. Ever. I doubt I ever will. Throwing that out there. So I personally love minis. I think they're a great value. And they're just so much easier also to store and just take with you and everything. So these are bullet lipsticks. They're not liquid lipsticks. So if you don't like liquid lipsticks or if you don't like liquid lipsticks, this would be for you. If you don't like bullet lipsticks, hold on until another kit. But they're great nude colors. You get some mauve colors. They're very fall. So I think this is a great lip kit to get for the fall. And they're all fairly matte. They all do feel really matte on the lips. This kit is $21, which I think that's a good price for 4 mini lipsticks. But throw the sale price on top of that and you've got like a steal. Where's my next lip kit? All right, the next lip kit. This one is from Marc Jacobs. This is the Cream and Sugar Lip Trio. This comes with a lip liner, a lipstick, and a lip gloss. So I think they made this color, correct me if I'm wrong, I think this color is exclusive to the kit. So it comes with all three of those in the same shade, which is called Cream and Sugar. I've worn it in a couple of my videos. After the live stream is over, I'll find whatever video I'm wearing and put it in the description box. But it is like my perfect nude lip combo. And I'm not even like that big of a fan of lip glosses, but I love this. Again, well, me not again, but personally, I'm not a huge fan of lip liners. I have like a whole drawer of lip liners that I don't touch, but the lip liner is really great. The lipstick is really creamy and pigmented, and then the gloss is amazing. This gloss, just by trying this mini, has made me want to try the rest of the Marc Jacobs lip glosses, even though I know like they're a bit expensive. I had my eye on them, but I think I'm going to wait until maybe they come out with a mini kit of just the glosses. I think they did that last holiday season. They came out with a kit. So if they come out with one for this holiday season, I'd probably get that one. But again, this kit, you get the 3 products, and that's $25, which is affordable in Marc Jacobs terms, a little pricey for the average person, but throw the sale price on top of that, you've got a pretty good deal to try out some Marc Jacobs lips. Whew, I feel like I'm talking really fast. Let's jump on to. Okay, and then my last lip product recommendation is going to be, I think, a cult classic at this point. It's the Rihanna Lip Stunner lip. This is my favorite red lip. This is what I wore during my Sephora interview. This is what I've worn for almost every shift that I've had at Sephora. It lasts so long, and it's just like the perfect tone of red. Like, it's definitely more of a blue-based red than it is like a warm red, but it's just the best. And the formula doesn't feel too drying, which is really good. And I feel like that's also why it tends to last really long, and it does fade off like right here, like as you go through your day, but it doesn't fade off in a way that looks like crusty or like bad. It still looks decent as it's wearing off, which you don't see too much with red lipsticks. Normally, if you have a red lipstick and it fades off, you're just like, oh, like she's wearing lipstick and she needs to go touch it up. Not with that one. And you don't see that often with like liquid lipsticks either. And I don't know if I can show you guys here, but the applicator, it looks really strange and it feels really strange, but that's actually like the ideal lip applicator. It's one of my favorites. The little tip picks up just the perfect amount of product, and the way that it's shaped really lets you get the edges and everything perfect, which is crucial for a red lip. Like, you really need to have it crisp. You really need to have it looking good for a nice, long-lasting red lip. Okay, going through my list. I'm going to just remove the ones that I talked about already so I don't forget about them. Okay, so I think I have like 4 more recommendations, and they're all face products. So the first face product that I would recommend is another Natasha Denona. This is the Invisible HD Face Powder. This is such a good face powder. I've talked about it in a couple of like monthly favorites and monthly baskets. It feels so cooling under my eyes. I actually just swapped it out of my monthly basket because I was using it like constantly. I need to use other stuff because I don't want to go through it too fast, but it also has a lot of product. So let me see how many shades it actually comes in, because I know I got the lightest shade. Okay, so it comes in 2 shades, just 1 light and then 1 medium. I'm not sure like how like deep the medium is or how that would really work. But I don't know if they would come out with other shades, because I know that she comes out with different shades of palettes too. So it's not like a horrible shade range, but it's also not the best. But this powder is $32. You get 0.63 ounces or 15 grams of product in it, and it's one of my favorite face powders. I use it to set my under eyes and then my chin and like my T-zone area because that's where I get the most oily. Okay, so the next product is one that I've been trying to dupe for months. And if anyone has any other recommendations, I've been asking everyone at this point, help me find a clear brow gel that is as good as ABH. Because I didn't think, like, I kept wanting to tell myself, like, it's just a clear brow gel. It can't be like the be all end all of brow gels, but it is. It really is. I've been trying so many other dupes. The closest I've gotten so far is the one from NYX. The name is escaping me. Oh, Control Freak. It's called the Total Control Freak Clear Brow Gel. And it's just like not quite there. Like not quite as good as the ABH one, but that's as close as I've gotten. I've tried out the Ulta Clear Brow Gel, which was a disaster. I just recently bought the AOA, which was the online shop Miss A that everyone and their mother came out with a video about. I tried that clear brow gel, guys. I open up the bottle and it's crusty. And it's not clear, it's white. So it smelled really bad. So I don't know if I just got sent one that was expired. I don't know if the product isn't any good. Because I got the same brow gel in like brown. That one seemed fine. Not the best brow gel, but it wasn't like crusty and bad. So I don't know if it's just the clear brow gel that's no good, or if I just got somehow like an expired one. And I've looked all over YouTube. I haven't seen anyone else have the same issue with the AOA one. It's nuts. So I tried that one. Someone recommended that I try out the e.l.f. Clear Brow Gel, which I will say the formula on that one is pretty good. I just hate the applicator. The applicator is like this little itty bitty skinny thing. Look at my brows. I can't use an itty bitty, like I'll sit here for like 10 minutes brushing my brows out. So I can't use the applicator on that. And then on top of that, I was like, oh, let me just take out the stopper and I'll try using a different applicator brush. And I made a mess. You can't, like you need the stopper for a clear brow gel because it just came out and it was all goopy. So even though like I liked the formula when I could get it on, the fact that the applicator was so annoying made it so that I'm probably never going to reach for it ever. The Urban Decay Brow Box. It's a wax. I haven't tried waxes. You know, strangely enough. Maybe that's what I should try next because I've always been, I don't know, I've always been like hesitant to do anything like too different with my brows just because they're so bushy and just like, it's hard to tame them. Let's put it that way. So when I first started out with like the powders, I thought they looked okay. And so I just got straight into gels because it was a way to lock in the powder. I have to add that to my list. Let me see if I can find like maybe a wax or something to try because I don't want to get into the habit of having to buy a $22 clear brow gel, even though it's so good. This is one of those things where even with the sale, like you're only saving a couple of bucks. So we'll see. I still haven't decided like cut and dry what I'm going to be picking up during this sale. I only know for sure probably one product, but I have a week to think about it. So, clear brow gel, you vex me. The box is, I gotta find, is that box still, you said you had it for years. Do they still sell it, or, let me see, Urban Decay. I heard that they're actually discontinuing the Naked palette, and like everyone is losing their minds over like the most basic of palettes. Let's see. Oh, I think they still sell it. Yeah, that looks really cute. I think I'm gonna try this one out. I have to see if they have it at Sephora. If they have it at Sephora, I might pick it up while the sale is going on. That would be nice. Okay, so while that page is loading, because the Sephora site has been going really slow for me today. Yeah, it's there. There we go. Yeah, I'll probably be picking that up. So let's see, Honey Pot, they have Blondie, Brunette Beauty. Oh, they don't have it in black. I see on the Urban Decay website they have the box in black, but on Sephora they don't. Oh, that's a little disappointing. Huh. Oh, I wish Sephora had the black one. We'll see. I might have to grab it from the website, if anything. Okay, moving on. So we went over and touched it. Okay, so my favorite contour palette of all time is from Smashbox, and this is the step-by-step contour kit. I have the shade Light Medium. It's this kit right here. The brush, wasn't a huge fan of it, but I got this contour kit back when it was on sale. Like, I think it was on the Weekly Wow a few months ago, and it was only $17. I jumped on it, grabbed it, and I've been almost panning it. Like, I've almost hit pan on the contour shade, and I've just now gotten into using the bronzer shade more because it's actually really good. You have to use a light hand with it. You can't really use a dense brush, where I tend to use a dense brush for more bronzing. But it's a really good contour kit. What I love about the Smashbox powders is that, oh, Ulta has it in black? Oh, I'm gonna go check out Ulta. Sorry, guys, I'm losing my train of thought. All right, I'll get it from Ulta because I think I can almost get pretty cheap shipping from there. Okay, so Smashbox powders. So they're really pigmented, and it can be a little intimidating because when you first apply it, it looks really dark, and you're like, oh god, what did I just do? But they blend out like a dream, and I don't see any other face powders that act like that. So you can put on, like, you don't want to go overboard, but you can put on a decent amount of product and then blend it out, and it'll blend out like beautifully. As opposed to like the Kat Von D palette, if I put too much on, like, you're just screwed. Like, that's it. You just got a stripe of contour right there. But with the Smashbox powders, they just blend so well, and that's actually what got me to buy the Ablaze face palette from Smashbox. I've already filmed the review video on that because I've been using it for a few weeks now. So I filmed that review video. I think it's going to go up on Friday next week. Yeah. And then Monday, I'm actually doing my 1,000 subscriber giveaway video. So that's coming on Monday. Okay, getting back to this, that I loved the original contour palette so much is what got me to buy the new Ablaze palette. And I will say the Ablaze palette does have the same formula in the bronzer and the contour as this little contour kit. Now, since I got this kit so cheap, I've been hesitant about like recommending it or buying it again just because I think $35 is a bit steep for this. I think it is. I don't think it's that great. I think the shade ranges are great. They have it in light medium, and then they have medium dark, which is, it actually gets dark. So I think a lot of skin tones can really utilize this. They also have a mini palette, but I saw this mini palette in store, and it's like the size of this lipstick. It's not that great. So I really wouldn't recommend wasting your money on the mini because you're not going to be able to get your brush in there. So you're not going to be able to get the brush in there. You're going to have issues with the palette as a whole. So just, if you're going to get it, get the regular full size and get it during the sale. Like, let's put it this way, I would never pay $35 for this palette, but it's one of my favorite palettes. Like, to the point where I was thinking about buying a backup for that contour shade. But that was before the Ablaze palette came out. So I think now that I have the Ablaze palette, I'm set because I still have a contour shade from Smashbox with their formula. So I think I'm okay. But I really think if you haven't tried bronzers or contours from Smashbox, I feel like that's kind of pushed to the side for them as a brand. and they tend to focus on like their eyeshadows and their primers and all that other stuff. I feel like they're kind of like a hidden gem because they're such a good formula and nobody really, like, they mention it, but they don't really focus on their bronzers and their contours. Okay, and then the last product I wanted to talk about was another more recent favorite, another face palette. Because I really think when you're going into a sale, these multitasking palettes, these kits are really how you're going to get the most for your money. And the last product is from Too Faced. It's the Natural Face Palette. I think this is a great value. I think 44. I think that's the most I would pay for this palette, which I did. I did buy it full price. But I think if you can get this on sale, amazing. You've got 2 highlighters, 2 blushes, 2 bronzers. Both of the blushes are matte, 1 bronzer is matte, and 1 is shimmery, and then you have 2 shimmery highlighters. I love the packaging on this. It is gorgeous. I mentioned in my 4x4 for Too Faced that the only annoying thing is that, like, it's not totally flat. It's not a flat palette, so it's going to be a little bit hard to stack in drawers or take traveling with you, but it's pretty sturdy. So if you do take it traveling, the mirror will stand up on its own, which helps a lot if you're trying to do your makeup at, like, in a hotel or somewhere that's not your vanity. And you do get a lot of product in here. Like, you're not going to hit pan immediately. ColourPop. So yeah, I really think those are all of my recommendations. A lot of face palettes, a lot of kits for skincare, and yeah, I'm still on the fence about what I'm actually gonna buy. Let's take a quick look at my loves list because I did add like a whole bunch of stuff to it recently. But let's see. I've got all afternoon. Who else is like so excited that it's Friday? Like, I only had to work until like 1 today and I was already exhausted. So glad I can just stay in. I've got myself a little glass and just enjoying a lazy weekend. It's been a while since I've had like a lazy weekend. It's nice. Okay, so let's see. Loves list. Oh, something I might pick up. Oh, it was a few months ago that I mentioned it in a weekly wish list or a washout. These are lip glosses that are named after coffee. Let me just wait for the page. Okay, they're from Bite Beauty. They're called the French Press lip glosses, and each shade is named after like a different style of coffee. And like I mentioned that I was going to look into them and I wanted to try them, and then they totally like slipped my mind. I totally forgot about them. So I think I'm going to pick up one of these. There's 2 shades on my loves list. I have Vanilla Latte, which is like a really light nude with like peachy undertones. And then Salted Caramel, which is like, I don't know, a bit of like an orangey, like very, very fall. So I'm going to pick up one of those. They're about $22 each. So a little pricey for a lip gloss, but with a couple bucks off, I'll try it because it's been on my list for a long time and like I totally forgot that I wanted to try them out until I was just browsing the website like for this live stream. So let's see what else is on my loves list for the sale. Oh, Charlotte Tilbury. So I like got it all wrong. Apparently Charlotte Tilbury isn't going to be in stock until, is it the middle of September? Because I have a few items on my wish list that I want to try. Ulta's Days of Beauty. Yes, so I heard about that too. I'm waiting until I get the official lineup of days because I really want to go through and pick out what the best deals by day are. Because I know last year I was able to get the actual pamphlet in time to do a video before it. Don't know if that's going to happen here. I feel like they're both like so early this year and people are like scrambling to get videos up, and that's why I'm doing a live stream instead of doing like an actual video because I feel like this is better. And also the sale starts today for Sephora. If you're VIB Rouge, you can jump on that today. But I definitely want to do either another live stream if this goes pretty well or a video on the Ulta sale. Because I really think between the 2 sales, Sephora definitely has more variety. Like you can get you know, Natasha Denona 20% off. You can get these high-end brands 20% off. But with the Ulta sale, you can get really random things like 50, 75% off. But that's the thing, it's like really random. So you've got to go through and like plan it. You've got to like plan your week. I forgot what it was last Ulta sale that I was like trying to plan my whole day around putting in the order for the one thing. Oh, yeah, don't be sorry about not being Rouge. I spend way too much money on makeup. When does the VIB sale start again? I had this all written down because I was trying to be organized. August 30th is when VIB starts. VIB and Beauty Insiders start the 30th. So let's see, what else? Okay, so yeah, Charlotte Tilbury doesn't even come out on Sephora until like the middle of September. So I don't even think I'll be able to pick it up during the sale, which they might have done that on purpose. I don't know if they wanted to come out with a new brand like right in the middle of a sale, because they probably don't want to like immediately put their stuff on sale, which I can get that. But I do have a few Charlotte Tilbury things on here. I do want to try out one of their blushes I have on here. I want to try out one of her foundations. Right now, the one I'm looking into is the Magic Foundation. It seems to be the best for combination skin. And then I also have the Airbrush Flawless Finish Setting Powder on here. So those are kind of just what's on my radar to try out for Charlotte Tilbury. I watched a few videos, I looked at a couple of different listings, and it seems like that would be, for me, like the best place to start. Let's see. Oh, I still have the Chocolate Bonbons palette on my loves list. I'm pretty sure like they're getting rid of this from all the palettes, from all the websites, because I don't see it anywhere. And I don't think I'm going to pick it up anymore. Even if I did find it. The exception would be if I found it at a TJ Maxx. If I found it like really discounted at TJ Maxx, I'd probably get it. So let's see. So I have the Too Faced Born This Way concealer on my list. At this point, I don't know if I want to try it because I had such hot and cold reactions to the Born This Way foundation. I'm not sure if I want to go ahead and try the concealer because I also have so many concealers already, and I feel like, I hate to say it, but I feel like the hype passed on the concealer, and it had like its 2 seconds and now it's gone. And so I feel like my attention is kind of gone too. So I don't know about that one. Let's see, what else? I also have a Fenty highlighter on here, which I'm on the fence about because I already have 2 Fenty highlighters. I'm panning one. So maybe if I can fully pan that one, I might get this one. I hope it's not limited edition. I hope it's not. So this is the Kilowatt Duo in Sandcastle and Mint Mojito. I just love that blue. That would be beautiful. And I think like the Sandcastle shade looks really close to the shade that I already have, which is Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. I think this looks pretty similar to Fire Crystal, and that one looks great on me. So if anything, I would get full use out of one side of the palette, while the other highlighter side of the palette would be more for either editorial looks or maybe with a really light hand. It reminds me a lot of the ABH Moonchild glow kit. There's a shade in there that looks kind of like that one. And I love that glow kit. Like I need to do, like I just finished a 1 week 1 palette with my Pan That palette, and that's coming up soon too. I really want to do like a 1 highlighter palette, 1 week thing, because I have so many like highlighter palettes and like face palettes, and I feel like I'm not getting the same amount of use out of those too. So that's something that I'm looking into doing too. Something else on my loves list is the Too Faced Papa Don't Peach blush. I feel like I'm so behind on this and peach blushes in general, but I love a good peach blush, and I heard that this is like the be-all end-all of peach blushes. And this one's $30. Actually, so I was so close to buying this in Ulta a few weeks ago. I was there, I dragged my boyfriend in, we were looking around, and I was swatching a few things. He's really good. Like, he'll let me swatch on him, and he'll help me pick out stuff. So we were trying to decide what blush to get, and ultimately, we were like, oh, let's get the Papa Don't Peach. And then we go to buy it, and they're totally sold out. Not a single peach in sight. Not a single peach. So I was really close to buying it. Ended up just not leaving with anything. But that is something that's been on my list for a long time, especially since I've realized how much I love peach blushes. let's see. I have a couple other like Marc Jacobs mini kits on here. One is another lip kit with like a really pinky lipstick and a pink lip gloss. And then the other kit is a gel eyeliner kit. That one I'm not sure of. I'm not a huge fan, I found, of the Marc Jacobs eyeliners because I have two of them and they don't really last that long and they don't really stay. They don't like pop the way I want an eyeliner to pop. Even the black one, like I have the black eyeliner and it doesn't do much for me. So I feel like that kit with the mascara, the tight liner, and the eyeliner, I probably won't get that one. Probably take it off my loves list. But their Velvet Noir mascara, one of the best mascaras I've tried. And I hated to admit it because it's so pricey. And I feel like mascaras, since you have to throw it out so often, and because there's so many great options at the drugstore, like you really shouldn't have to pay that much for mascara. And it just frustrated me that I found something that was so great that was so expensive. I think I mentioned that in the products I was like upset I liked video. I might have to do a second edition of that because there's been some things that I'm like, that'll never work. It's too expensive. I don't want to do this. And then I try them and they're just bomb. Fun. Okay. And then like the last thing on my loves list are just some of those Giorgio Armani foundations that I've been trying in my bite size reviews videos. They're really like, I mean, I'm a little hesitant because I've tried like samples from the sample kits and had them be totally different from what the actual product is. So I feel like the next step of the Armani foundation would be to actually go into the store and get a little sample from the bottle. Because I really think there's got to be a different way that they produce the samples that go into the pouches, that go into the little bottles, than they actually make their products. Because the differences in the products is a little crazy. Because there was a Makeup Forever, was it Makeup Forever? Foundation that I tried out. The sample was Y245, and I tried the sample out, loved it. I had enough product to use it twice, so I had a little bit of experience with it. I went to store, bought that exact shade, Y245, and it was A, a completely different shade. Like, it looked totally different on me. And B, it did not behave the same way, which was very, I mean, I know it's just foundation, but it was very upsetting because when I did try out the sample, like it was one of the best performing foundations I've ever tried. Ever. I wore that during the craziest week at Rush, Jesus. Oof. The craziest week at work. This was at my old job, so I was working at a bookstore, running around constantly. I was hot. It was still the summer. I was running around, lifting books, doing things, helping customers, and my foundation looked as beautiful at the end of the day as it did when I applied it. So I'm a little hesitant when it comes to samples. I will say that. So yes, for those Armani foundations, I really do want to get another sample before buying the bottle. Because even though they sell like little bottles like this one, they actually sell what basically is a sample. It's like a little mini bottle like this. And this little mini bottle is $42. See, and what gets me about the mini bottle that it's online only. So you can't shade match, you can't really sample it. It's just online only. So if it doesn't work and you want to return it, you probably, like, I don't know, because you wouldn't be able to go to a store and just exchange it. You could return it at the store, but then if you want another shade, you have to order it online. Like, it's just this big thing that I'm just a little about. But at some point, I really do want to try, like over a longer term, one of those foundations. So that's what's on my list right now. Odds are the only thing I'm actually like going to pick up during this sale are those Bite Beauty lip glosses. And then I've actually been looking into like a hair care product just on the side. I need a good clarifying shampoo. I've been looking everywhere, and so far I've got a good recommendation for a Redken product and for the Diva Curl product. But the Diva Curl product is so expensive, and even with the sale, so those are probably the only products that I'm going to buy. But I'll keep my eyes open. The sale is for until September 3rd. And again, I mentioned this in the beginning of the video, but if you weren't there, for some reason, I remember it being different last sale. But if you buy online, you can only use the sale code once. It's a one-time use code. And then after that, you can't use it online anymore. You can use it unlimited in the store, but online, it's just a one-time use code. So you can't place multiple orders. I feel like I had planned multiple orders for another sale in the past, but I'm not 100% sure. So I don't know if that's new. So if you're planning an online order, just keep it in mind that you can only use that code once for the 20% off if you're Rouge, 15% off if you're VIB, 10% off if you're Beauty Insider. So VIB Rouge, the code is Yes Rouge, all caps. For VIB, the code is Yes VIB, all caps. And for Beauty Insiders, it's Yes Insider, all caps. So I think that's pretty much everything I had. Let me see. Is anyone here going to buy anything else different for the sale? Chat a little bit. I feel like I've been talking for a long time. Let me close all my tabs. I had like 30 tabs open. I don't know how that happened. Okay, so I think I'm gonna end it there. So today's video is already up. Oh, the Emily Noel. Yes, I did buy both of her palettes from Ulta. I know as soon as they released, they were on the Makeup Revolution site, and I went there to buy them, but I was at work and it was like a really slow connection. So I waited until it was on the Ulta website and I bought both of them. So I will be reviewing both the wants and the needs palette. I don't know if I want to do like separate videos for both of them or just do them in one video, but I'm really excited. She's such a nice person. I absolutely adore Emily Noel. Yeah, thank you. You have a nice weekend too. So I'll leave this here. This should be up as an actual video over the course of the weekend. And my next video, it's going to be the 1,000 subscriber video. It'll be up on Monday. So hope you guys have a great weekend. Thank you so much for joining this live stream, and I'll see you Monday. Bye, guys.